Good evening, everyone. Just want to make a quick video. Had a lot of people asking what rods I use while kayak fishing and bank fishing. Also, setups, line, the whole 9 yards. So we're going to give a quick overview here. We're just going to focus on these three for right now. I do have another Lews American Hero spin setup that the rod was replaced. It got hung up on some trees on Lanier, and when I was trying to get the line to break, the rod actually broke itself. So, but this is what I'm running with now. We have the Lews Mach 2 Baitcaster. We have the Lews Mach 2 spinning combo, and we also have the Lews Mach Smash. So we'll go over these one by one. The first one that we'll go into is the Lews Mach 2 Baitcaster. This was actually the first baitcaster that I had purchased in probably the last 10 years. It was always one of those things. I never liked using them. Everybody that, first time knows it's bird nest heaven, and I had better things to do than unknot stuff. So the Lews Mach 2 is a 10 bearing system. The setup in a hole. Let me get this flipped around so everybody can read. Okay. This is a 7-foot rod, medium heavy, fast taper. Line weight recommendation is 10 to 20 pounds. And lure weight is 3/16 to 3/4 ounce. All my rods, as you can see, I keep rod sleeves on for a reason. I like to keep them protected, keep them in as best a shape as possible. The Lews line, especially the Mach lines, and I think the Smash too, I'll have to look at that in a minute, but has the wind grips on the reel handles. It also has the wind grips on both ends. Now, the great thing about the wind grips is as soon as they get wet, usually when you end up slipping or sliding with your handles and your reel handles, the wind grips actually act, I don't want to say like a sponge, but they actually get really good and tacky. So you never lose that grip aspect. You constantly have that reel handle in your hand, and it's not slipping and sliding as soon as it gets wet. On this one, I actually do have 20-pound Power Pro braid on it. The only rod that I do use braid on. And right now, I have it set up for my top water. The chug plug has definitely been a winner. In the next few months, I will be, well, probably next couple weeks, I'll be switching it over to the Whopper Plopper. Second one is the matching to the Baitcaster. This is the Lews Mach 2 spin combo. Same thing, wind grip on the reel handle, wind grip on the rods. This one is a 610. This is actually a 6.9 medium action, fast taper. Line weight recommendation of 6 to 14 pounds. Lure weight between 1/8 and 1/2 ounce. This rod, if anybody is on your adventure outdoors, is the one that did catch that striper that pulled me around for a little bit. Still have the Captain Mac's chipmunk jig with the chartreuse trailer. The Captain Mac line of lures for Lake Lanier is amazing. Give me 1 second, guys. There we go. So the chipmunks, basically it's a leaded bucktail jig. Pretty big gnarly hook on there. And then just running a Captain Mac chartreuse trailer. Basically, it's a, I'm going to say 6-inch curly tail, but it's literally 3 inches of tail with 3 inches of body. This rod will get switched in and out depending on the day, going from lures to live. So that gets a lot of multi-purpose uses. The Mach 2 Baitcaster, honestly, is probably one of my favorite all around. You have, it can be used for jigging, flipping, top water, pretty much it's that all-purpose rod. So, on to the last one, which is the Lews Crush, or I'm sorry, Smash. It is technically not part of the Mach series, but they did keep the color schemes and everything going. The only difference with this one, it still has the wind grip, but it's a little more rubbery, so it's even grippier than what those are. Now, the thing that's different with these two is you only have the wind grip here. You don't have it on the handle. You just have a little bit of a softer plastic handle here there's some grippiness to it. I really haven't had it out in the rain too much, but it just has a foam composite butt end on it. This one here is another 7 foot. It is these videos will get better, guys, I promise. Okay, so this is a 7 foot medium fast. Weight line recommendation is 6 to 12 pounds and a 1/8 to 1/2 ounce lure weight. As far as the line that I run on these, like I said, the Baitcaster, I'm running Power Pro braid in the 20 pound. And then on the Smash and on the Mach 2, I'm actually running 8-pound Cajun wire. If you don't know anything about it, if you look up Cajun line, Zebco makes it. And yes, I know a lot of people are like, oh, Zebco, yeah, Walmart. I was actually introduced to this line in Pennsylvania when it first came out, and it was actually made by another company, and Zebco had bought them out. But basically, long story short on this is the 8-pound test actually has a snapping point at almost 3 times the pull weight. And what I mean by that is if you would have to use gardening gloves. Please don't do this without gloves on. You will tear your hands up. You'll have cuts. It'll burn like heck. If you take, a 6-foot piece of line, wrap it around the gloves, and hold that line over a, like a hook weight or something like that, just something that can tell you the weight, like even a digital scale for your fish to have the hook on the bottom. You pull down as hard as you can, right between 20 and 24 pounds, that line will snap. And it's only 8-pound rated test. So for me, that is truly, it's great. These reels, I do usually re-spool once to twice a year. The line memory does start to sink in. I don't want to say quickly. If they're not used heavily, you will get that line twist semi-frequently. So I like to keep that out of my lines. I like to keep everything, where it needs to be. I don't, when I throw live bait out and it starts swimming, you see like that little tunnel of line, just constant swirls from where it was on the reel. It's when it's time to change out. But yeah, so all 3 rods I'm definitely happy with. The Mach 2 Baitcaster was the first one that I had purchased. I had a Lews speed spool that I had picked up from Walmart when I first moved down here. I love the rod. Unfortunately, it made its way over a railing and into Lanier. Lesson learned, whenever you're bank fishing, make sure that drag is set really loose. If not, you're going to lose stuff. Or make sure it's heavily secured. But the loose drag will help you out tremendously. After I'd lost that one, I had actually picked up the Smash. I had picked it up from Buford Dam Bait and Tackle at a really good price. A good friend of mine was working there and had, gave me a great deal on it. So I jumped all over that. And then the Mach 2 Spin, I came across it at Dick's Sporting Goods. And it's like, when you have one, you want to get the other. So I won't be getting the Smash Baitcaster. Not saying that Lews don't make great reels and everything. I haven't seen a lot of great reviews on it, so it's not one that I'm going to be jumping on. I think the next line that I'm going to be looking into is going to be the Crush, the Mach Crush series. It was redone for 2021. The Baitcaster is on point. I'm pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, there was 3 or 4 versions for it as far as gear ratios. So if you needed something that was a little bit lighter on the gear ratio, for finesse fishing, they did have one on that end. They had one that was pretty much set for top water, but they redid the coloring as well. When it first came out, it was like a tangerine orange, which I fell in love with, but it was actually priced a little bit higher than what the Mach 2s were. So this year they redid them. It's now like a goldish orange color. I don't want to say like a copper, but it's pretty close to a copper color. So they look really good. Reviews have been fantastic. That the new KBD line just came out for Lews, and those Baitcaster reels, I think there's about 24 different versions that add out. Pretty much whatever you need it for, they're going to have a reel for the application you're looking for along with the rods. So but yeah, guys, that's going to be my review this evening on the Lews that I do use. If you have any questions about these or would like more information, you can gladly ask in the comment section. And as always, please hit that like button, hit the subscribe button for when new videos come out. And also tell your friends, tell your family. I'm going to keep doing videos like this just so that, I'm that normal everyday guy that's out fishing. I'm not, going to the store and buying the latest and greatest. I'm not, spending $700 on a reel and $1,000 on a rod. I don't really find a need to do that. And, if you can do that, great. And if you're happy doing that, great. Whatever makes you happy out in the water, that's what you need to do. It's not about, having $5,000 in your tackle box or having $20,000 in rods and reels. You do what makes you happy. And these guys here have kept me happy. I've caught plenty of fish on all of them. My biggest spot actually came off the Lews Mach 2 Baitcaster. Caught a 5.5 pound spot on a translucent pearl white whopper plopper. The Mach 2 spinner, like I said, I pulled a 10-pound striper off Lake Allatoona while kayak fishing. The Mach Smash, I actually was using a lot in the Chattahoochee River for trout. My son used it a couple times, caught some pretty decent-sized catfish off the bank at Lanier, 5 to 8 pounders. Nothing huge, but, the rod didn't give up. Rod held strong. But, yeah. Any questions, guys, hit me up. But you take care. Have a blessed evening. And as always, tight lines.